Welcome back to the shop, everybody. My name is Gary. We're here in the shop at Tools for Machines. I want to give y'all an update now that I've got time on my hands to spend out here in the shop. Made quite a few changes and been doing a lot of work out here, so let me bring y'all up to date about what's been happening here. Take your mind off other things going on outside of my shop and your shop. I bought a machine at auction, which I'd been looking for several years, and I was really focused on that one machine, and I was able to win the bid on that and went and got the machine, picked it up, brought it back, got it unloaded at the shop here with help from my dad Butch. And when we went to pick that machine up, I overheard two of the people that worked for the auction house discussing two other machines that were there and worrying over what they were going to do about them, because whoever had won the bid had backed out on them. And so I asked them what their deal was with those machines, and they said, well, they got to get them out of the building, and they offered them to me at ridiculous prices. I got a Lodge & Shipley lathe for $55 and a Cincinnati Model 2A mill for $65. So couldn't pass them up for that. It was extra work and effort to get them back to the shop here, but I'm pretty excited about the Lodge & Shipley lathe, particularly because I wanted to bid on it in the auction, but I was completely focused on the horizontal boring mill. The auctions move very fast. They close on 3 lots every minute, and they extend it for 2 minutes every time there's a higher bid. So I didn't want to lose focus and miss out on the horizontal boring mill, so I did not bid on that Lodge & Shipley. But I wanted it, and you may wonder, well, why would I want a third lathe, in particular a big lathe, in my shop when I've already got 2 other lathes in here? The one thing the Lodge & Shipley has, other than beastly appearance and performance, has a taper attachment on it, which my other 2 lathes do not have. So it's going to fit a little bit of a gap there that I don't have capability-wise with my other 2 lathes, and I'm looking forward to getting it cleaned up and get put back into service. It's a pretty impressive lathe. It's pretty much the pinnacle of American lathe building. It's a 1953 model, and I'll take you on a walk around here in a little bit. It's not in great physical looking condition, but it is a Lodge & Shipley, so it's going to clean up and it'll do well for us. I'll also take you a walk around on the horizontal boring mill, and we'll take a look at that. I've just started cleaning it up, and I did pick up a manual from lathes.co.uk. Tony over there he's got a great selection of manuals, and he had one for the Type O series Kearns horizontal boring mill, which that's what this is. So got a manual for it. It describes it, shows all the original specs on it and everything. So glad to have that here. Also had some viewer mail from Mike Nixon, and I'm now a member of the Coaster Club. Mike has now sent me a set. He says that with the virus being here, made some coasters, nothing to do. So yeah, I know that feeling. Everything is slowed down just about to a stop everywhere, but kind of gave Mike something to do to build up some more coaster sets. So let's take a look at what we've got in here. These are really nice. You got felt on the bottom. I'm not going to mar up any furniture. Got some nice weight to them also. These are really nice, Mike. It's a very nice looking finish on them. I like the felt on the bottom as well. Put it to use immediately. thank you very much, Mike. That's a very nice gift. I really appreciate that. Like I say, now I'm a member of the Coaster Club out there. So, really cool gift, and I really do appreciate that. So what else has been going on? I've been working on the plasma cutter as well. I'd gotten in all the parts to add automatic torch height control to it, as well as limit switches on all the axes. And so I kind of put that on hold when I won the auction and got in the mode of moving these machines into the shop. So I need to get back to that and get that done now that I've got time. I have still got to finish the lubrication overhaul on the Bridgeport mill over there. I think that after 3 orders I finally got all the parts I need to replace the old fittings with new and all new lines on it. So I need to get that done. And there's a couple other things I need to do. I'm going to have to do some major rearranging in the shop. The Takasawa lathe is behind you and to the right from your location where you're looking and viewing from, and from where it's sitting like this, I'm going to move it over like this to the back side of the shop. And the Lodge and Shipley lathe I'm going to bring in and move over to the other side in front of the Herco CNC mill over there. And the horizontal boring mill is right here, and it's going to stay in this location. So that's my plan. So I've still got quite a bit of moving around to do, and so that's going to be some hefty work ahead getting those machines moved. But at least they're in the shop on nice concrete, so it shouldn't be too much problem other than just massive weight, with the Lodge and Shipley being the major issue. The 14 by 40 Takasawa lathe, for comparison, weighs roughly 2,500 pounds. The 14 inch Lodge and Shipley lathe weighs 6,500 pounds. So it's almost 3 times the weight, and it's a lot to get moving. So let's take a walk around and take a look at what I've got here with the boring mill and the Lodge and Shipley lathe, and let you look at their current condition as I'm just starting to clean up, and show you some of the features that I've found so far. So the Kearns horizontal boring mill is sitting here in the shop, and as I said, I've just started cleaning up. You can see some of the stuff I've collected in a bucket. Most of it was just the swarf out of in between all the different lead screws and rapid traverse rod in there. And you can see it's set up with a boring bar right now, and it's got the rotating table out here on it. The lower table is 24 inch by, I think it was 37 inch maybe. The top table is 24 inch by 24 inch, I think, if I remember that correctly. I need to write those down. But the top table does rotate full rotation around, so still got a little bit of grime on it here. There's a lot of oil and gunk built up on some portions of it. We'll walk around here and I'll show you the back side where I've gotten some of it cleaned off. This portion here was just about as dirty as that up there, so I just started going around on the upper portion and started cleaning some of it off. You can see here kind of what the previous condition and what it cleans up looking like. So the paint's still in pretty good condition. There's a few cracks in the paint there, but that's no issue for me. But paint looks like it's going to be good enough that I won't even fool with it. So we were able to test this out under power When we went to pick it up, it still had power wired to it. We had to cut the wires loose. To bring it home, but it does fully function. There is one pin sheared off on the facing portion of this chuck here. It has the ability with this slide up here to move the boring bar or tool out or in for facing operations, and there's a pin sheared. You can still manually move it in and out with the hand wheels over there, but there's a pin that needs to be replaced to where it's got the automatic advanced feature on that. That's the only thing, because the reason I know that is the machinist that used to operate this boring mill as well as the lathe and the other machines in that shop showed up on pickup day, and he was telling us about it, so that's what we know about that right now. So back here, the Lodge & Shipley lathe, it's 14 by 30. It's 14-inch swing by 30-inch between centers, and it's a 1953 model. I think I already mentioned that. It appears to all be here and complete. There is one handle down here that looks like it was replaced. It doesn't match the original there, but it is fully functional. The compound was froze up. I was able to loosen up the gib on that and tap it back a little bit, so now that's free. The quick change tool post is still froze up. The nut on top is locked up tight. I put penetrating oil both on the nut as well as the rotation ring and the dovetails on the quick change tool post, try and get it freed up. The cross slide is free. The cross slide screw and nut are going to need attention. If you can tell it in here, I can't focus close enough, but it's got a lot of wear in the center of the cross feed screw. So that's going to need, like I say, to be redone. The threading dial the dial may be original, but the bracket it's on is not. Better picture that. The bracket was bent probably when we strapped it or chained it, but it does engage with the lead screw and it does work. It's fully functional. You just need to take it over to the arbor press and straighten the bracket back out before we mount it back up. Again, the reason I was interested in this lathe is it does have the taper attachment on it, so that was my main reason for wanting this lathe. I have taken a razor blade and scraped off the rust. The horizontal boring mill over there was in a location in that old shop where it was not under a roof leak. The Lodge & Shipley lathe evidently was. There was a lot of rust, mostly surface rust, on everything in here. You can see in the chip pan, it's got kind of a live fish tank with water filling it up there, down at the bottom in the coolant sump. So it was under the water leak for quite a while because that's crystal clear water in there. It flushed out all the coolant, whatever was in there before. But I have taken the razor blade and cleaned up, started cleaned most of the ways up already and gotten the surface rust off of them. And they're in good condition. These are hardened ways on here. So it's not going to be much wear at all on them since they're hardened. It does have some stain on there from the rust, but let's see if some barkeeper's helper on that may get rid of some of that staining. Has 4-jaw chuck that came with it. It's set up for 440 volt on the electrical, and I've got a transformer for that. There's a transformer back there, and I've got the shop cat back there keeping guard over it, making sure nobody comes in and tries to walk off with it, which they're not going to walk off with this transformer. It weighs 315 pounds, so yeah, she doesn't need to guard it for me. This lathe, it has features that are very recognizable on a Lodge and Shipley Model X lathe. It has your chart up here. Has your chart up here to help you make your selections with all of your handles down here, and shows them in graphical notation along the top, and on the side you can see slides along and you pick which range you're looking for and set the handles as it shows through the top up there. Hopefully that's focusing good enough for y'all. But it also has down here for your shows leads and feeds, and you can adjust this around. It shows you your ABC lever positions up here, and also when you get it to the setting that you like, you can lock it in place just like that. It has the automatic oiling system throughout, and the oil reservoir is full, so I assume that they kept it oiled up at all times. The electrical system here has a transformer on the outside which has been bypassed. I guess it went bad and they put a newer transformer to step down to 110 volts for the automatic oiler and the coolant pump. So something that was previously fixed on here. Has a large 10 horsepower 3-phase motor on it. It does have the lead screw or feed engagement here on both ends, both here and on the other end down by the apron, so it's handy to have that. I think that's about it. Say it's a stout looking machine. The only stouter looking machines I've personally seen in person have been Axelson lathes. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to have this for extra capability here in the shop, being able to quickly set up and do tapers. So it's the Lodge and Shipley lathe here. So that's the machines that I brought into the shop recently, and that's going to be a wrap for this week. I hope y'all are staying safe and healthy out there. Stay in as much as possible, avoid contact, and hopefully this whole thing will blow over in a few more weeks and we can have a little bit more enjoyment outside the shop. But for now, I'm taking full advantage while I can with the extra time, and I'm sure a lot of you are too. So try not to despair and worry over it. Just stay busy with your projects. Spend more time with your family as you're given the opportunity right now. And hope to see y'all again real soon. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time.